Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with TR King Copper on a split second leading the way in a race. However, things are never straightforward. In this game, somebody tries to blow up his car, doesn't really do the trick. It bounces through the air, spins, lands amazingly, gets it all pointed in the right direction again, but the tiniest of clips, and that's the whole car disintegrated. In fact, I think I saw the entire front subframe come out of the car in that. That's a big crash for the very, very littlest of knocks. Knight's Viper on a GTA 5 is doing a little bit of an off-road adventure. Now, these sort of trails are very, very good fun to mess around with on this game. There is no doubt about that. They are, though, quite dangerous, as you would find out. Too much speed, a tumbly pickup truck, his friend gets wiped as the road curves back on itself. Very unfortunate for the lead pickup in all of that. The player car down here, it's okay. He's got it recovered and so on. His friend is also fallen off the mountain. I thought for a minute his friend might just about save it, but nope. That's both of them. Both of them tumbling off. Yeah. Good fun trails. Very, very dangerous when things go a little bit wrong. An adoptable Ford on Forza Horizon 3 is travelling at great speed in their BMW when a little bit of a crest causes problems. Big, tumbly, still tumbly, still tumbly, still tumbling problems. It's a big roll. And it's actually quite unusual to see cars roll so viciously off just a crest as well. That's a, huge crash. Sonic Hedgehog 76 on Stuntman Ignition is doing one of the kind of commercial stunts. Ends up in the back of a truck at first. However, it's the attempt at jumping through the next trailer that's the problem. Managing to clip the inside wall, they turn the car and get it perfectly parked. Now, not quite the stunt they were going for the advert, but I think quite an impressive feat nevertheless. Not a massively graceful dismount out the other side of the truck, and sure enough that would fail the mission, but still, you've got to fail an impressive way to go. Flames of Rage on World of Tanks is messing around in the testing arena, whatever you want to call it, seeing if they can manage to balance a tank on top of another tank, because of course, what else would you possibly do when you have access to tanks, other than try to stack them? It does work surprisingly well. However, the whole moving part, that's not quite so easy as they try to get the tank turned around with the other one on top of it. It's a massive tank as well to try to balance, but there we go. LM6704 on a Burnout Paradise is racing around in his little toy car. However, what he didn't realise is the floor was apparently quite hungry. As he jumps off of the bridge, oh, that's the front end of the car gone. Very, very gone. It carries on at great speed until it gets spat out into a tree, and that would be that. Floor is dangerous. Floor is indeed quite dangerous. I don't remember the floor ever eating any of my cars in Burnout Paradise, but there we go. On to Driver San Francisco next with a Gidge trying to do a time trial with the big truck and trailer. Now, this is not the easiest of things to drive, especially not when you've got to negotiate through a very, very tight little street. Made even worse when the AI want to try and, well, help. First, he's getting nudged by a tanker, and then a tow truck decides, nope, you're not going to pass. And manages to glitch its way sideways so that the vehicle being towed, the van, actually goes underneath the trailer. That's not going to make life easy. Russian Wolf LP has got the worst police escort of all time ever. First, ploughing into cars at the intersection and the ramp truck, and then secondly, ploughing into a tree and doing a front flip. I think you would be better off without the escort. They then crash into one another before battering into an Alfa Mito. I think I would prefer not to have them around whatsoever. On to Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 next with, well, the FailRace car. Player having just gone and bought one from the junkyard, I think it was. This is how it then reappeared in the garage. Yes, it is indeed a mod car, hence why it's doing this particular peculiarity. Still quite entertaining. Quite entertaining indeed. It's then, when it's put on the lifter, it's still, for whatever reason, inverted. So you could really work on it in a true, full-on, FailRace approved manner. We're on to a Grand Prix 4 next with El Warrior with a McLaren in a little bit of bother. Okay, normal kind of crash as far as crashes go in Formula 1 cars. However, the McLaren, so ashamed by the shunt, then starts sinking through the floor, trying to get away. Then pings a wheel out that destroys the front of a Williams before the McLaren re-emerges and sheds all of the important bits. Just all of it. all of it's gone. Apex Driver on Project Cars 2 are racing the Indy cars around a very, very small circuit. Large number of AIs, small circuit, likely to lead to chaos. And as you can imagine, there are plenty of cars going exploring. Now, the camera is following an AI car. I'm not sure where the player car is in all of the mayhem. Some vehicles get connected. The AI goes for a little bit of an explore at a place it shouldn't, and Portaloo wins. Turns out, IndyCar versus Portaloo, the Portaloo is the victor. Quite categorically, in fact. The Portaloo is the victor. And finally, LMR fan on R Factor 2 with some fast Group C cars. It's the one in the background, though, that gets things wrong. Don't know if it's the player car or an AI car that gets things massively wrong as it goes soaring across in front of these cars. There is a tiny sort of tyre bundle, or tyre, I think, on the road, and at the very, very high speeds these things are travelling at. That's enough to launch it through the air. You see a lot of sky and a lot of floor in very quick successions. Amazingly, not taking the cars out as they went for the turn. That's a big crash. And I was fully expecting it to, be one of the two cars that the camera was on, and then suddenly vehicle flies through the back of shot. Yeah, that's a very big shot. You would be quite terrified inside. Maybe you never even saw it if you were inside the cars racing. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. At the very top of the page is the FailRace clip submission section, and in there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. However, that's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.